Well, this is Michael. Welcome to my channel for God Today. We're in the heartland of America. It's November 9th, a Sunday. And I'm going to talk to you about what I'm beginning to understand, to believe. Cats represent a mark of spiritual warfare. I've got a lot of experience in this area. Cats are one of my favorite animals. I love them as pets. But I've seen, from my experience, on many in my wilderness season and on many occasions now, where when a cat's present, it's the mark to show that Messiah is present, because you got a demon present outside your door. And I'm starting to confirm this off of half a dozen reports. So let's get into it. We know the cat represents the Lion of Judah, right? Which is Messiah. And he has to be there because there's also in Scripture, and we always want to take marks to Scripture, that Satan's like a prowling lion, looking for who he can devour. And usually that's, outside that door. Especially if you are having spiritual battling. You're fighting, right? You're a chosen one, most likely. And you are doing something the enemy hates, so he's sending in, the reinforcements. So just be on guard. If you own a cat, he's your guardian, but he's also just letting you know, hey, you got a demon outside that doorway. So you got to be extra on guard about any heart issues you're dealing with, because it's still a heart issue that you got marked with that cat. Nothing against cat owners. Like I said, I love cats. Been a cat owner my whole life. But I don't put unclean pets in my household anymore. Partially because of the dietary and animal laws of the Old Testament. But, just to respect my father, I keep a clean house, clean temple to the best of my ability. So let's talk about a story. And again, it's not any condemnation, but I've had my own personal experience of having pets and being marked with pets, and it's been hard issues. I idolized a woman, and I was in love with her, and I had a pastor come over and say, hey, Michael, I had this dream, we need to get your idols out of your heart, And so I confessed, I repented, and lo and behold, afterwards, that pet of mine immediately got taken away. It's a hard issue, The Lord, He assigns you pets and marks for a reason, and I just want you to be aware, once you fix that heart issue, that pet may have to leave your life. It may die on you, it may run away, and I'm not saying anything bad. I know we love our pets. I encourage gravitate towards a clean pet. Birds are a representation of angels. I don't know. I don't own pets. Fish are good pets. So, but we're talking about the marks of a cat. I think there's something with dogs on leashes. It shows a heart attachment. Mine was a dog on a leash. Nothing against dogs. The Bible doesn't say much good about dogs, but yeah. That's a whole different subject. But they're God's creations, and He loves them. So I just want you to be aware, if you have a cat and you're experiencing demonic activity, and let me backtrack a bit, because this is probably what the Lord's telling me to tell you. Not all animals show a mark. There has to be other activity going on in the environment. Okay, so if you have an animal you're attached to, do you also have spiritual battles going on? What's that? Let me ask you that. If you have an animal attached to you, do you have a spiritual battle going on? Because then that marking is showing the mark. Does that make sense? Not everyone who has a cat is probably under spiritual attack, therefore not everyone that owns a cat has a demon present. So there's got to be a fruit there that we have to look at. Okay? Yeah, we have to look at. So if you have any of those things happening, please drop a comment in the comment below or leave me on my email. Let's talk about it. I do free one-on-one counseling to look at trying to remove marks, trying to help people who are in sin, under repentant sin, who want to walk better with the Lord, who want to stop demonic activity. If you're having issues, please contact me. We'll get to the bottom of it. It's usually a heart issue, a heart condition, and once we fix that, things will get a lot better for you. Okay, I love you very much. You have a blessed day.